What is up, gang? Thank you so much for joining me here on Sledgehammer TV today for part one of your wrestling weekend update. We got some of the biggest stories in pro wrestling to talk about, like the WWE releasing a legendary staff member. I want to touch base on that one. The Bullet Club are making a huge move that might have tremendous impact in the world of professional wrestling for 2018, and apparently, us soldiers in the Great War need to prepare ourselves for battle because the general has resurfaced on social media, and apparently he's going to be making his way to the Red Brand on Monday nights. All that and so much more right here today on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of the YouTube wrestling community. You know what it is. It's the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So let's do it, because I am excited. All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me here again today. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me is my trusty tag team partner, my loyal companion, and the world heavyweight champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball, and we, of course, are here to talk some wrestling today on Friday, December the 1st, 2017. The Christmas season is here. The Christmas season is in full effect, and I hope you guys got your dollars ready to spend, as I have been doing on this Christmas season already. I hope you guys are ready, because I'm not, but I'm doing what I gotta do. And aside from all that Christmas stuff, December the 1st just might prove to be one of the most important days of my entire life. You know, it is not very often that a person gets afforded the chance to be able to try to achieve their dreams. Many of you have dreams of your own. You know, maybe you wanted to be a rock and roll star. Maybe you're a musician, much like myself, and you dreamed of being on stage and rocking all over the world. Maybe you wanted to be an actor, and you had Hollywood in your eyeballs, and you had the big stars and the lights and bright over there. You know, maybe you wanted to be a baseball player and you wanted to hit home runs for your favorite baseball team. Maybe you wanted to be in pro wrestling. Maybe you wanted to be a friggin' clown. I don't know what your dreams are. Then it's certainly a respectable occupation, being a clown. I feel like maybe I'm a clown sometimes on this show. I don't put the makeup on or anything, but you know, there's nothing wrong with being a clown. If that was your thing, you know, good on you. I didn't want to be a clown, but I did want to have some sort of a career in the world of pro wrestling, which is kind of why we have this channel that you are watching right now. And tonight I have the very rare chance, and I have been invited down to, you know, a certain place, and we are going to take full advantage of this opportunity that has been afforded to us. And that's all I'm really going to say about it. You know, I'm not going to get too far into it. I will hopefully bring you more good news on that, because at this time tomorrow, my whole entire life could be very, very different, and my passion for pro wrestling just might get a little bit of validation. You know, because all my life I've been told, you know, oh, pro wrestling, you're never going to get into pro wrestling. You know, I was always a little kind of chubby, fat. I was a little fat kid, all right, let's be honest about it. And nobody ever thought that a person of my stature would be able to become a pro wrestler. And I listened to all these naysayers, and I did not pursue my dream, although there are pro wrestlers of all shapes and sizes, and I did not pursue my dreams. But I do now have a chance to at least get into the business. I'm not going to be a pro wrestler. Let's be fucking real. I'm 40 years old. I got bad knees. I got bad hands. It's not going to happen. But I'm a creative and talented person, and I do not know where this road is going to lead me. And I'm super, super excited, and I'm very, very, very nervous, and I hope that everything goes right, and that I don't fuck this up, and that tomorrow I will be bringing you a full disclosure on everything that I've been babbling about for these last 2 or 3 minutes, and thank you for bearing with me on that, because my excitement is just over the moon. And I'm sitting here in my Shane Douglas the Franchise shirt that I picked up in my That Wrestling Club box. And if you guys missed the subscription box showdown, please feel free to go check that show out after you get your eyes done watching this show over here. It was our first edition of the head-to-head subscription box battle, and That Wrestling Club versus WrestleCrate. If you want to see what happened, you're going to have to check that out, because it was a really, really good show. I was really proud of it, and I hope you guys take a minute out of your day to check that one out. It's not too long. It's only 20 minutes, and it's absolutely entertaining as hell, and it features some great merchandise. So go check that one out. But let's get the news rolling today with the first story. The WWE has released Jim Johnston. Now, if you don't know who that guy is, he's only the most influential musician in wrestling history. This was the guy that was in charge of the WWE's music throughout, I want to say maybe the last 20 to 30 years. He's responsible for some of the greatest themes, the most unforgettable tunes of all time. Stone Cold Steve Austin, D-Generation X, The Rock, the whole Attitude Era. All of that music was fueled by one man. And up until recent years, with the rise of CFO as a new musical force in the world of pro wrestling, I've always just assumed that every song has been a Jim Johnston song, because that's almost what it was my whole entire life. This guy's music has blared in my eardrums and through my radio speakers and CD players throughout the entirety of my life. I've had each and every volume of WWE The Music from the first one till they stopped making them. And I still continue to enjoy WWE's themes and stuff like that through YouTube and Spotify and wherever I can get my hands on the songs that I enjoy. All of the versions of Triple H's song, everything he's ever come up with has almost been a absolute bona fide hit. Even some of the lesser known people or not as popular people as like Ken Shamrock, you'll remember his theme. As soon as the notes hit, you'll go, "Oh, I remember that." They're timeless, they're unforgettable, and this man's contribution to the world of professional wrestling should not go unrecognized, as he has been so unceremoniously let go from the WWE. For what reasons? Who knows? Maybe they don't want to pay too many people to be doing the same job. CFO has been doing a great job on some of the songs that they've been doing. Some of the more new themes we've been hearing have been theirs. I believe Aleister Black's theme is one of theirs. So they have somewhere to go for new, more edgy, more current. These guys are obviously younger and more in tune with what's going on. Maybe it's just something to do with that. Maybe it's time to change the guard. I don't know. But I fully believe that Jim Johnston deserves a place in the WWE Hall of Fame. I absolutely thought when they announced the Warrior Award that was the route they were going with it, and they were going to give it to people in the business of pro wrestling that don't get to perform on camera, that contribute things to the show on that level. The guys that set up the rings, and maybe the guys that have been there for 40, 50 years, that have been putting up the lights, and, like these people. Guys like Jim Johnston, making all the most iconic music to some of the biggest moments in wrestling history, to some of the biggest superstars in wrestling history. So I could only hope that is in the cards for him somewhere down the line. I didn't really look too much into the reasoning behind it. I was taken back by the announcement of it, and I was not really too happy with it. But, it is what it is, and it's a business, and they're probably trying to cut some corners. We know they've been releasing superstars. They cut the pyro. They're trying to save money wherever they can. And I guess their contract with CFO is worth more than having Jim Johnston on staff creating stuff at Titan Towers like we're all used to hearing. So, that's too bad, and I hope for good things for him in the future. And like I said, a Hall of Fame nod for somebody like that, I think, is definitely called for. Let's get to the rest of this news. Let's start right at the top with the big story circulating this weekend surrounding the Bullet Club. So let's hit the news. All of today's news has been provided by Pro Wrestling Sheet and WrestlingInc.com. Just a quick nod to those guys. It was rumored that the Young Bucks and Cody RHodes are planning something big for 2018. Pro Wrestling Sheet reported earlier this week that the Bullet Club members are in talks with multiple venues to put on a 10,000-seat event. This story has now been confirmed by all parties involved, and the Ring of Honor champion, Cody RHodes, has an ideal main event in mind. Cody RHodes appeared this week on SiriusXM's Busted Open, which is Bully Ray's podcast, and revealed that his dream opponent for this main event is Daniel Bryan, whose WWE contract will be expiring this summer. RHodes went on to say he can't reveal too much more until the location is fully locked down, but he reiterated that they are swinging for the damn fences. That's a direct quote. And they are in talks with multiple venues to put on this 10K seat event in Chicago, London, San Francisco, and Ontario, Canada, all being the location's front runners as of right now. When host Bully Ray, asked why they are doing this, Cody responded, "It's because they wanted to leave the wrestling business better than they found it." And that is absolutely true. This event is going to probably change the spectrum of professional wrestling. Ring of Honor has been bubbling underneath the surface of the WWE for a long, long time. And with Cody RHodes gaining so much success on the indies, and with the possible, bringing in of Daniel Bryan, just that possibility alone will make this the biggest show of the whole entire year. Are you kidding me? Cody RHodes versus Daniel Bryan for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship? Who doesn't want to see that? We all want to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. Everybody does. But as he's gone on record many times on saying, the WWE won't let him. So if he walks out when his contract is over and he goes over to play with Cody RHodes in the Bullet Club, the WWE should be very, very, very frightened of this moment. It might just turn the tide. If everybody's going to be able to go to Ring of Honor, which you can get on Fight TV, and I'm sure if they're bringing in guys like Daniel Bryan, they may actually be able to secure a nationwide broadcast on cable television. It's going to put pressure where it needs to be, and it might bring us closer to a better WWE product as well, and they will be kicking themselves in the face for letting Daniel Bryan go. I would not be surprised one bit if the WWE see the writing on the wall, as I have just laid out to you guys, and decide in that time, when crunch time comes down, you know what? We'll sign him, we'll let him wrestle, and otherwise we're going to be in trouble. He's going to go wrestle somewhere else, and everybody who wants to see him here is going to start watching there, and we're going to lose viewers because what they're doing is so much better than what we're doing. We don't want to see Roman Reigns. We don't want to see Randy Orton. We don't want to see John Cena. We don't want to see these old guys coming back. We want to see the guys we want to see. We want to see the CM Punks and the Daniel Bryans, the Pete Dunnes. These are the guys that should be on top right now. But you're not highlighting them. And they all want to walk away. Tyler Breeze is being wasted. Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin. They're being wasted. Jason Jordan is now a walking pile of waste. Everybody's value diminishes when they go there. Look at how Cody RHodes has enhanced his value by leaving the WWE. Daniel Bryan has got a bucket load of money to make by going to the independents. Holy shit, man. That would be absolutely amazing. It would be epic, and it will, I guarantee you, be the biggest thing going in 2018. Probably the most talked about match other than Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. But we will have to see where the cards fall and what they truly get going, because no matter what they put together, like he said, they're swinging for the fences, so they're going to try to put on something big and prove the guys like Dave Meltzer wrong who choose to say on Twitter that, Ring of Honor will never book a 10,000 plus arena. Well, they've done it. They've done it, and I guarantee you it's going to sell out. Let's move along now to our next story. Little tidbit here. Former NXT wrestler Ruby Riott has undergone a slight name change following her main roster call-up last week, and you may not have noticed, and it is absolutely one of the most retarded things I've ever heard. I don't know what the motivation behind this is. Ruby Riott's official bio now lists her name as Ruby Riott with 2 T's. 2 T's at the end. Why? What would be the reason to change it? I mean, if you want to think business-wise, you try to put some logic behind it. Maybe it has something to do with a trademark of some kind, or maybe they couldn't get it, or maybe it's a branding thing. Maybe they don't want her last name to be Riott, like an actual riot, for fear that she'll scare off, sponsors and shit. I don't know. Ruby Riott-ta-ta. Why? Right? Like, what was wrong with the word as it was? It looks awkward now. Adding a T to her name doesn't add anything to her appeal. Ruby Riott-ta-ta. Get out of here. Holy cow. It's unclear why the decision was made, obviously. For some reason they added an extra T. But it has been confirmed that it was not a mistake made by the programmers of the website. And this will be the proper spelling going forward. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now for our top story of the day, which everybody has been looking forward to, and it is the story about Matt Hardy. As we all saw on Monday night, and as we covered in the Monday Night Raw review this week, Matt Hardy seemed to have been more broken than ever after suffering a defeat at the hands of Bray Wyatt, chanting delete in the corner as he was laid out after the match. What some of you may not know if you're not big on social media is that following that match there were many cryptic tweets by Matt Hardy on Twitter. One of them, which was addressed to Senor Benjamin, who has since been apparently contacted by them. As he tweeted out himself, Senor Benjamin, they called me this morning. He said it in Spanish, me llamaron. And then he said, which translated means, they called me. Which means, who's they? Who's they? He has been off Twitter since the Broken Character went away in September. When they were mocking Bray Wyatt. That was it. We haven't seen him since then. It's almost eerie. So it can't be a coincidence. This is all being planned. And it has since been even further confirmed because at 10:30 p.m. last night on Matt Hardy's YouTube channel, he played a video of himself looking very broken, and he said to a certain Senor, he didn't say Senor Benjamin, but he said, Senor, get me my coat. And then we would see a visage of a person that would look similar to Senor Benjamin just in his silhouette go and grab that iconic red and black broken coat that Matt Hardy would wear back in the day. So it is definitely being heavily hinted upon that this is going to happen, most likely starting this Monday night. So my biggest interest in Monday Night Raw is now, are we finally going to see the broken or awoken, however they want to say it, Matt Hardy on WWE TV? Most interesting is the comments made by former TNA executive Ed Nordholm, or current TNA executive. I don't know what's going on over there anymore. I don't think anybody really does. I don't even think they know what's going on. But regarding Matt Hardy's movements and mannerisms and how he seems to be using the broken gimmick on TV, Ed Nordholm says, and I quote, "We have seen the character development and will be interested to see where they take the concept. Our new talent agreements all incorporate language that now allow talent to continue using their Impact persona after they leave the company. We are working with our legal team to amend our existing agreements to extend this to all of our current and former talent." There was absolutely a crazy move by them, and it makes me even more pissed off at them because in retrospect you put them through all this, right? You gave all this whole bullshit fight to try to stop this from happening, only to come out of your funk and out of your stupid jealous rage to realize, hey, that's stupid of us. Let's just allow people to be who they want to be. It's great. Especially if somebody comes up with it themselves. It doesn't make it your property, TNA, because I thought of my gimmick while I was with you. Even if Jeremy Borash might have helped me fine-tune it, it doesn't make it your property. I thought it up. That's the thought process that I understood everything. But they were put through legal bullshit and all these battles and this and that, and they delayed what the WWE Universe and the whole entire wrestling world wanted to see for so long that I only hope it didn't do any damage. Because we started to believe for sure that it was never going to happen. And that he was just going to constantly tease it. And that the Vince and the boys were never truly going to allow it to come to fruition. But that seems to not be the case. Senor Benjamin has been contacted. Matt Hardy is going crazy on YouTube and on Twitter. Rebby Hardy is tweeting delete GIFs and saying, now it gets fun. It is the most hints that we've ever had to the possible coming of the Broken One. And I am fully hoping that this is not all drawn out and constantly teasing us. If we're going to get a vignette on Monday night, you know what, maybe I'll be fine with that if he wants to address Bray Wyatt in his broken persona, or if they go with the awoken word just to make it different. Matt Hardy will get it over either way. He doesn't have to be broken. He'll start something new. It'll be just as good. It'll be based off the broken character, but it'll be something a little bit new that might be good. It might be refreshing. It might give the gimmick a little bit of a kick that it might need, since it's been a little bit stale and some people might have wanted it for so long that now they don't even care. Because we haven't gotten it. And it's been teased and teased and teased. And we've got nothing. But now, more than ever, it looks like we're going to get something. And I certainly cannot wait to see this. It's something that I've wanted since last Christmas. When he was doing his thing in TNA, and all I really wanted for Christmas was to see the Hardys in their broken personas come back to the WWE. We all wanted it. Just like we all want Daniel Bryan to wrestle back in the ring. Looks like we're going to be getting a lot of what we want as 2017 comes to a close and 2018 is coming up fast, and it just might be one of the biggest years in pro wrestling, with the moves that Ring of Honor is making on their own, with this big event that Cody Rhodes and the Bullet Club is planning, with New Japan planting their imprint in the U.S. even further, putting on some more shows in the United States, getting a Americanized English version of their YouTube going up live today on YouTube. There's going to be so much more wrestling for you guys to watch outside of the WWE, and I guarantee you it's going to make you feel much better. Much better. All of your favorites and are all going to be in the WWE. We're all going to be loyal to Joe, and if you're a Seth Rollins guy or a Bobby Roode guy, or you love Braun Strowman, or you love anybody there, you're always going to watch the WWE. It's a disease. It's a disease we can't break free from. But having some other shit to watch and some other things that can feed that need for wrestling when the WWE is not fulfilling it, you can't down it. You can't down it. So that's going to be today's show, you guys. Thank you so much. As always, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, smash that thumbs up. Smack it right in the mouth. Make sure you hit it loud and proud. If you are not already a member of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show and the Sledgehammer Club, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you do, do not forget to ring the bell that sits right next to it so that every time a video just like this drops, you will be notified the very second that it does. That's the news for today. We got some more stories in the works for the rest of the weekend, and I will tell you how everything went tonight and will not be so vague in describing what exactly is going down in my life tonight. Hopefully, like I said, by this time tomorrow, I will be here live on YouTube telling you guys some absolutely tremendous news. Or I could be telling you that everything went to shit. But let's hope for the first, huh? Because good things may be in store. Positive thoughts and prayers for me tonight. You guys wish me luck as I go on to start something. I don't know what, but I will let you know. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check out Clutch Chairs down in the description below, our first official sponsor. They got some great wrestling chairs over there. Go check it out. They got new stuff going on every single day. It's really, really great. Just don't forget to do so by clicking that link in the description down below. That's going to do it. That's all the news. We are out of here, and we will see you next time. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my buddy, Blue the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, and this has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, right here on Sledgehammer TV. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time, right here on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good one, you guys. We'll see you throughout the weekend with more news. Wish me luck.